Kerry Boulton is Australia's most respected exit strategy advisor and CEO of the Exit Strategy Group. Welcome to this week's segment.
What I recommend for the first step in thinking about your exit plan is having a look at evaluating everybody's goals. So that's not only your own goals, but the goals of both of the business and the personal goals that you have in terms of when you want to exit and after you leave. The family as well. Family members should be included in the sale decisions because they're going to be impacted one way or the other. And of course your financial goals. So what's your number? Now, what I'd like to do is actually go back and address each of those areas. So as far as your business is concerned, it's asking yourself, when do I want to sell my business, or when do I want to transition my business, if it's the case of a succession plan to a family member or perhaps a management buyout. What could you do, or what do you need to do today to maximise the value of the business? And could it be sold today for a price that I could accept? And what about other stakeholders? So you really need to think deeply about what it is that everybody really wants out of the business and the sale of the business or the succession of the business. Because there's more than just one person affected. On the personal side, when do you want to exit? Is it 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 10 years? Because after you leave, how are you going to spend your days? How's your sense of self and your identity, how is it going to actually be affected? And if you don't go to work every day, what are you going to do? Now, this may seem like a pretty simplistic question, but I can tell you from my own personal experience where I've been through that, having exited one business and achieved what I wanted to do with my family, etc., over the next few years, and doing work in the community and doing a lot of voluntary charity work, I actually found myself unoccupied. I really needed to find something else to do. So those are questions you really need to dig deeply and ask yourself. What are you going to do after you exit your business? Giving yourself some time off, going around playing golf or travelling, doing all those things are absolutely fantastic, but often people run out. And there are only so many cups of coffee that you can have in the day. What about family members? Which of your family members need to be included in the sale decisions? Whether or not they're physical shareholders in the business, of course, makes no difference because they're going to be impacted whichever way you look at it. You're going to be around more than you were in the past, and so getting the families members involved in your decision-making process is really important. So there's no surprises, quite frankly. And looking at your financial goals, what's your number? How much money do you actually need to live the life you want? You want to have choices when you're out of your business, and it's really important to get a handle on whatever the number that is. How much money do you need to be able to live on to have the sort of lifestyle that you've enjoyed up until now? And of course, it's really important to take care of the legal issues and the tax issues and understand what steps you might need to take to minimise the taxes that you're going to pay in the future. So once you've identified your goals around that, the next step is actually to make sure that they're all achievable and getting them into alignment. For example, if your financial goal is to sell your business for, say, $8 million and your timing goal is to be out by your 60th birthday, they may be incompatible to be able to be achieved together. So you have to prioritise what's important. Is it more important to be out by your 60th birthday, or is it more important to achieve the price at which you'd be happy to sell your business? So the key is really deciding which goals have to be achieved and those that can really be flexible. So knowing your number, what's your number, is really, really important. Of course, there's a lot more variables and there can be outside market influences over which you have absolutely no control. But the reality is all your goals are going to need some flexibility. And just taking the time and sitting down, working through each of those areas, as I've mentioned previously, through the business goals, your personal goals, family and the financial area, will make your life much easier if you take the time and plan and align as best you can.
If you don't have a copy of Kerry's new book, The Uncensored Truth About Exit Strategies, please visit freeexitstrategybook.com.au.